What is the weirdest thing you've heard or had happen to you while using a public restroom? Not necessarily a public restroom. I worked at a financial company with over 2,000 people in one office. There are around 10 different bathrooms in the building, all with multiple stalls urinals. Anyway, I was on my break and ran to the bathroom to relieve myself. I saw someone in one of the stalls because feet and doors were closed. As I walk up to the urinal, I hear the guy sneeze. I say bless you like people do for some reason. Guy in the stall hits me back with, that wasn't a sneeze, I just left and went to a different bathroom. What the fuck was it then? Dick sneeze. Sitting on the toilet in a Denny's bathroom. The large plastic toilet paper holder was just missing the cover. So when I pulled on the toilet paper roll, it fell off and rolled perfectly under the stall wall and fell over right behind the feet of a man standing at the urinal next door. The man must have seen it because I instantly hear him say oop. I got it thanks, I said, expecting him to finish his business then help me out. What I did not expect was for him to bend down to pick it up right then and there, but not how one normally bends down. I can guarantee he was midstream when he leaned over backwards like fucking Neo in the Matrix. I see his legs bent forward, then see his hand reaching down behind him. He bends over far enough to grab the roll. Stream's still going. It was a urinal with water in the base so I could hear it. He grabs it and perfectly rolls it back over to me, gives a thumbs up, then stands straight up again. Unfucking real. Edit. I told this story at an open mic stand-up once, which was being held in a small, local theater. I tried to get the stage manager to lower the curtain to about my knee height so I could stand behind it and give the proper visual. The stage manager didn't do it and it sorta killed the bit. I'm glad my internet friends get me. Some say he's the toilet roll fairy, only appears once in a blue moon in the most dire of situations. The visuals I had when reading this story was hilarious. What a fucking legend, honestly. Someone was taking a shit and eating and talking on the phone. I was disgusted and impressed with the multitasking. I experienced something similar. I had a very spicy lunch at work. By the time I got off of work, in Chicago traffic, it finally hit me. I desperately got off on the nearest exit, took an extra 30 minutes to get to a 8-minute drive to a ramp for anyone not lucky enough to experience the traffic. Basically about to shit my pants. I get to the nearest gas station. I come into the women's bathroom praying for no one to be in there since it wasn't about to be pleasant to be in the same room. Come rushing in and find a lady at the mirror. No biggie, she's about to leave right number. I sit down and start to do my business. It was not silent, both in sound nor smell, but I still hear her at the mirror, and there was a smacking sound, almost like her doing her mascara. No biggie, she'll get the hint and leave soon. Right number. I continue. Still there. I finish and come out of the stall to her hunched over the sink, on her phone, while snacking on mini sausages. This bitch was full on enjoying herself while I was violently blowing up the bathroom. She acted completely unfazed, moved out of my way when I needed to wash my hands, and continued to stay in the bathroom when I left. Still on her phone, still eating. Eating in a fucking gas station bathroom. Jesus Christ in the damned cross. That's nasty to the nth degree. Legendary. She truly did not give a fuck. Was using the urinal in the Port Authority men's room when some random guy walks up behind me and says, in a raspy voice, "Hey kid, I like your hair still peeing." I turn around and say thanks, and he says, "You like pineapple?" Caught off guard, I ask, "What? Pineapple?" At this point I'm zipping my pants back up and starting to turn around to face him. He then points to underneath the wall of the first bathroom stall to a black plastic bag, like one from the liquor store, and says, "Yeah, you wanna buy one?" I got one right there. It's delicious sure enough. There's a black plastic bag with a pineapple sticking out of it on the floor of the Port Authority men's room. I told him I was allergic to pineapple. He seemed shocked and, quite frankly, really sad that I couldn't eat his delicious pineapple. And we parted ways. This is pretty tame for a story that began with using the urinal in the Port Authority men's room when some random guy walks up behind me and says, I'm frankly surprised more of the stories on this thread don't take place at the Port Authority. When I was a kid, my parents worked in a university as professors and I would go to their offices after school until they finished work and we would go home. Importantly, the men's and women's bathrooms were right next to each other, and they had the type of ceilings which are tiles resting on a grid type metal grid. One day, I was about 10 years old. I went to the bathroom. I was sitting on the toilet in the stall and for some reason looked up. Directly over my head, there was a guy looking down at me. He had climbed up from the men's side, removed the ceiling tiles, and was peeping at the female college students as they went to the bathroom. Apparently I was the first person that looked up. Dude, this happened at my high school, but the guy got stuck up there and had to get rescued, then expelled. This happened at my middle school. The kid fell through into the girls' room and broke his arm. LMAO. We had kids from the high behavior needs class try to do this, but they had a poor sense of direction and ended up kicking through 5 internal ceiling space walls before giving up 6 classrooms away for the girls' toilets. At this rate there could be an AskReddit post about people who either did or tried to do this. It's not very weird, but the first week I had moved to New Jersey from California, I was in a bathroom and I heard 2 ladies speaking Spanish, but it was so different. They were speaking Spanish in a NJ accent and it confused the hell out of me. I walked into a public bathroom at a beach and found a big bearded guy nervously staring at the ceiling above the stall while using the only urinal. As I stepped past him toward the stall, he screamed stop since his hands were full of dick. He could only gesture upward with his head. I looked up and saw a very large pigeon sitting in a nest in the corner, with a super thick Slavic dialect. Bearded guy says, "Never trust a mother bird." He washed his hands, still staring at the nest, and backed out of the bathroom. In his defense, he did you a solid. Birds might fuck you up if you get too close to their nests. The university I went to had Canada geese lay their nests near the front doors of busy buildings. They had to cordon off the nests with caution tape and aggressive goose signs because they're ruthless. You Waterloo? Either I know exactly what you're talking about or this is a larger issue than I realized. Nope. Your friends down the 401 at Western. We're just as notorious for geese, haha. Was pissing at a urinal and the guy next to me said, "Don't judge me. I'm a grower, not a shower." I mostly ignored him. Then he asked me if I wanted to buy some weed from him. But before I could answer, which would have been no, he said, "Well, it isn't real weed. It's fake weed. Doesn't actually get you high. It's what I smoke when I'm practicing guitar. Keep it weird, Austin." He was definitely getting high off his own supply. Or not high, I guess. Anti-high? When I was younger, high school age, I had been constipated for a few days. I got the urge while I was in the mall and went to the bathroom. It was empty when I got there and was having a rough time pushing this meteorite out. Then I hear some people walk in, a man and a woman talking. Then they started making out. Now I was a pretty shy kid, so I tried hard not to make noise and be noticed. Next thing I know, I can see through the crack in the stall that the girl is taking off her pants. I guess it escalated to the point where I was getting nervous, which caused the giant shit I was trying to take to rock it out. They of course noticed, and she says, "Oh shit, someone's in here." Then they rushed out. Nice constipated cock blocking my dude, haha. Or contra. Their love was a beautiful laxative that cleansed the bowels of a man in pain. Dude, I read that in a heavy French accent. If only I had a platinum award to give. Ty for making my day. I was out drinking one evening. Went to go to the bathroom and there were 3 ladies blocking the guy's bathroom. They told me I couldn't go in. It was the only bathroom in the place and I had to piss bad. I waited about 20 seconds then pushed past them. As I walk in, there is one dude at the end of the line of urinals with his dick out, not facing a urinal. He's giving it a pep talk saying things like, "Come on bud, you can do it and don't let me down again." I take quite a long piss and he keeps talking to his dong the entire time. I exited the restroom and told my buddy what happened. He had to see it for himself, so he went to the restroom. Same girls outside trying to stop him and same dude in there still trying to sweet talk his wang into doing something. I can't imagine how that situation came about. Dude about to have a foursome with some weirdly supportive girls and the guy couldn't get it up. All I can guess is that the guy was special needs and the ladies knew public bathrooms could be an issue for him and were trying to look out for him. But IDK, that's still so odd. Thank you for watching and listening to my channel. Feel free to drop a comment and be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification button for the latest video I publish every day. See you on the next video, very Reddit fans.